Hello? Is there anybody out there? Anybody at all? Anybody still there? I didn't lose any of you, did I? Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. You have reached the channel of Stitching and Sound. I am your host and current wife of the week as of March 2nd, 2020, Kyle Reckemeyer. Thank you for joining me today. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been a long while. I'm not entirely sure if I know how to do this thing anymore. But I had some time. So I thought, what the hell? Let's get one out. Due to the length of time that it has been since my last video, you would think that I would have a lot to talk about. Unfortunately, that's not the case. I have almost nothing to talk about. I have almost nothing to show you. Not for lack of me not working on anything or buying anything, but it's because of the lack of me working on anything or buying anything. And also because since it's been about 4 months, I don't exactly know or remember all that I have bought or worked on, or really what all has happened in the last 4 months. But I'll try my damnedest for all of you people who are so kind to come back and watch. Surprisingly, my subscriptions have gone up in the last 4 months, even though I have been virtually absent. I think that it helps that I was wife of the week. Thanks, Ellen. You're always my wife, Ellen. You know, it's fun because I get to tell people I know somebody who was in a famous band. And then they're like, who? And I was like, ugh, you're not important enough to know who they are. So, anyway, so thanks, Ellen. Let's shout out to Ellen, Maximum Cross Stitch Power Hour. Let's see here. I had to take notes. I usually don't take notes, but my notes are very short. And it's mainly because I don't have a lot to talk about. But what's been new? Let's talk about me for a minute. Just for a minute, and then we'll move on. Job is going well. Job is going very well. I don't hate my life near as much anymore. There are days when I'm just like, yeah, I don't like me today. But then there are days where it's like, oh my god, I can't imagine being anywhere else at this point in my life. And then there are days where it's just like, yeah, I just want to sit here and watch videos of people doing Sudoku for 3 hours, which may or may not have happened over the weekend. So, let's see, work. Have I talked about really what I do? I am a patient care coordinator for an employee-owned company here locally in Waterloo, Iowa. I love my job. I am part of a division that has just taken on a huge contract that is expected to roll out any minute, so that's exciting. I'm a little terrified because some days are really stressful, and once this thing rolls out, it's going to get even more stressful. But unlike my last job, where I basically hated my life because of where I was working, I don't feel that at this place. Now, don't get me wrong. There are many stressful days where I'm just like, and we all have them, where it's just like, oh my god, what am I doing wrong with my life? But I'm happy. Kind of. I'm happy more so now. Okay, I'm not going to make this, depressing, because I'm bad. What else has not been happening in my life? I've not been watching a lot of Flosstube. Over the last month, I've been trying to... Sorry if I keep looking over here. It's because I'm in front of my computer. today. As you can see, there's not a whole lot behind me. We can have, there's not a whole lot going. I don't have anything hanging up. I'm sorry. I don't decorate. I'm waiting for my sampler to be done being framed, and then it'll go. I don't think it's going to go there because the sun comes in and it's always right there, so I don't think it's going to go there. Did you even really see where I was? Okay, yeah, you were. Okay. What the hell was I talking about? I've not been watching a lot of Flosstube, but over the last month I've been trying to catch up with people. Been watching a lot of Brenda and the Serial Starter. Let's be real. Where have I been? Brenda and Laura. Laura? Yeah, Laura. Brenda, Laura. Okay, yeah. Absolute delight. Love watching them. They are probably the second biggest enablers at this point in my life. First will always be Lisa Kindred Smith. Lisa Smith Kindred Stitcher. I said it right that time. There will never not be a bigger enabler than Lisa. I'm calling that now. Let's see here. Have I been watching? I've been watching my usual. And then there are also some people I haven't been watching a whole lot of. Life is just like, I come home, let's be real, I come home from work, I take off my bra, I, make me a drink, and then I just sit here, I listen to my podcast, I listen to the last podcast on the left, been listening to the last podcast on the left, Crime Junkie, and then there's, a really good one called Counterclock, which is produced by the people that do Crime Junkie. But this is about, you know what, I'm not even going to spoil it, because if there's one thing you haven't figured out yet, I'm terrible at summaries. Because as you can see, I've been trying to summarize what's happened in the last 4 months, and nothing's really happening. So that's where I am right now. As you can see, as you can tell, you can hear, see, smell, taste. You can tell how rusty I am. Don't worry, we'll get there. Let's jump into what I've been listening to as far as music. Now, this one I will go as far back as before Christmas, because one of the bands I've been listening to a lot over the last couple of months has been Roxette, and that was mainly stemming from the death of Marie, I think is her name, who was the female vocalist of Roxette. Really love Roxette's music. It's definitely that sort of new wave pop sound, which I really like. Choice songs of Roxette that if you don't know who Roxette is, you know who they are. They sing "Listen to Your Heart." I mean, I think that would be the #1 song that people would know, followed by "The Look" and "It Must Have Been Love." I think those are their 3 famous songs. But my choice songs from them are "Fading Like a Flower," "The Look," "Sleeping Single," which is a really good one, "Dangerous," and "It Must Have Been Love." Did I say that one already? I don't remember. Then followed by Sky Ferreira. I don't know if anybody knows who Sky Ferreira is, but she's an okay pop singer. I'm not going to say she's the best pop singer, but I really, really like her only album, My Time, Nighttime. Is that the name of her album? It's her only album. She hasn't put out an album in 7 years. That album I've played or I've known since it came out, and she's always been one I've listened to. Just recently I've been listening to a lot of her, and I don't know what really stemmed that. I don't know, I really like her music. So Everything Is Embarrassing is a choice song. You're Not the One, Ain't You Right, and I Blame Myself. That's another good one. Okay, followed by Daughters. There's Daughters is a very interesting band. They're very dark. about as dark as swans. If you know who Nick Cave is, I would compare Daughters to them, or to him, because they're just a very gothic, more depressing Nick Cave. I don't know how that's possible, but that's how it is. And then I've been listening to a lot of Rush. Rush is my favorite band of all time. And as some of you know, the drummer Neil Peart died in February of brain cancer, which his death really hit me hard. Probably the most impactful musician death on me since probably Ronnie James Dio died over a decade ago. I've always loved Rush. Rush has always been my favorite band since I was in middle school. I've always really connected with Rush just because they were different, and I'm different, so yeah, so I listened to Rush a lot following Neil Peart's death. It really is a shame because he's my favorite drummer. And it sucks because now we don't ever get to have a potential Rush reunion. I don't know if that would even happen anyway, but who knows. And then finally, just recently, hold on, I'm gonna burp. Okay, excuse me. Within the last week, unexpectedly, I've been listening to Lorde, which, let's be real, the only songs I knew of hers were Royals and Team, which are her two most famous songs. And then the only other song I knew, which still stands as my favorite Lorde song, is A World Alone. I kind of relate to that song. I have a connection to that song. But one day I woke up and for some reason I just wanted to listen to Lorde because I really didn't know a whole lot of her other music. And let's just say I'm a fan now. I'm a big fan. Ribs is a great song from her first album. Really digging Perfect Places and Green Light from the Melodrama album. No, is that what it is? Melodrama? I think so. So yeah, that's what I've been listening to. I had to put down my notebook because I don't know if you can see my finger. My fingers kind of turned blue from the paper. So hopefully that doesn't, I have a paper towel. Hopefully that doesn't transfer onto any of my projects I'm about to show. And if you see me looking over here, it's because usually when I film on my phone, the camera is always over here, so I'm just tending to look that way. But I'm going to try to look at all of y'all pretty people right there. Hey, what's up? You cute. Okay, what do I have next? Oh, yeah. Okay, it's March 2nd. If y'all aren't on it yet, we're doing our second round of hashtag Common Threaded Stitcher. It's me. This was started by Kia, Nathan and Kia from Kia B Quilting, right? Kia, that's right. That's your Instagram, right? Yeah, and your channel, right? I'm very bad at this. I swear. I apologize for everything. Kia B Quilting, her husband Nathan, aka Tech Guy in the Hive. Okay, hold on. There's 8 others. Hold on. Okay, hold on. So Kia. Okay, I'm part of the launch team. I make up one of them. Then there's Kia B, Nathan, Tech Guy in the Hive, Pam and Steph, Snug Harbor Crafts, Debbie, Cooter on a log, Brandy. She doesn't have a Flosstube. She should, because I love her dearly. Can't wait to see her this summer. And then Jen Lee from Quirks and Stitches. And then, who's the other person I'm missing? Rika from House of Stitch and Stash. All 9 of us make up the launch team for the hashtag Common Threaded Stitcher. We're doing round 2. I'm very excited, mainly because it's around this time where I get an influx of Instagram followers. And not gonna lie, I like it. But I also like meeting everyone. If you're not into that Common Threaded Stitcher, go onto Instagram, do the hashtag. We just started, although I don't know when I'm putting this video out, so we might have started 8 weeks ago for all I know. I don't know when I'm putting this out. And it's just 30 days. We're going 31 days. We're going all through the month of March. Just each day's got a prompt. And it's just a way for the community, a common thread, as one might, you know, say. And it's just an opportunity for us to get to know others in our community. And I love it. Although today I wasn't able to follow people, and I'm not entirely sure why. So yeah, it's a great opportunity. We got some great prompts this time around. Yesterday was introduction. Today was how we were started. No, tomorrow is, you know, what am I telling you for? Get onto the Instagrams and look it up. Okay, so there's more I want to say, but I think I'll leave that to the end. I'll leave that to the end. Okay, I have a finish. And it's an underwhelming finish because I finished it literally the day after my last video. So, I shouldn't say underwhelming, but, so last time we had spoken, I was doing a quick project, and I really mean quick because this took me a week to finish. This is the Silver Dragonfly by Nora Corbett. This took me a week. This is stitched on 32 count something. I don't know. I got the fabric in Osage. Don't remember what it, but I love the feel of this fabric. It's a Lugana. I remember that for sure. But this is one of the softest linens I have felt in a coon's age, and it's you can tell it's a Zweigart base because of the stripe, but like it's so soft and supple, if you will. But I don't. It smells like cigarette smoke, and I'm not sure why. But yeah, all the called for colors. Now the lighting in here sucks. And it doesn't help that I'm in front of my computer, which is throwing off the lighting even more. Hold on, let's see if I can do something about this. Hold on. Okay, okay. Okay, that didn't do anything, really. But, what if I do? Okay, nope. So, yeah. As y'all may know, you probably can't see it on video because of such crappy lighting. Oh, yep, you can. See that mark right there? That mark is from my needle minder, rubbing up against my working copy, and then transferring the ink from the working copy onto my fabric. I appreciate everybody's suggestions on how to get rid of that. Have I done any of the suggestions to get rid of the mark? I sure haven't. You want to know why? Because, Brenda, I'm going to swear. Hi, Brenda. I haven't done it because my ass be lazy, and ain't nobody got time for that. Let me put my computer in sleep mode, so maybe we can have... Did that help at all? Not really. Maybe it made it worse. I don't know. Okay. So that's that. But I do have... Actually, that did make it worse. I don't... See, this is what happens when you don't film. Oh. Things just get all sorts of crappy. I do have a Dragonfly needle minder, though, that if I ever do get around to finishing, I think I would just just put right on that mark to hide it. Okay. That's... Happy finishes, everyone! Okay. Now, I haven't done this in a while, so y'all have to bear with me here. It's customary for me to take a shot for every finish I have. And I don't have a lot of finishes, but here's one finish. And then another finish that I didn't really get to show y'all was when I model stitched the SI sampler for Michelle Garrett, Bendy Stitchy for Bendy Stitchy Designs, Bendy Stitchy Design number 5. It's probably my favorite. I couldn't imagine why it's my favorite. But when that was a finish, you know what I didn't do? I didn't take a shot for that one either. So, I can't tell if this is 2 shots or 7. It's not sponsored by Absolute Vodka or anything. 2 shots of vodka. I don't have a chaser except a day-old cup of coffee over here. So, this one's for you. And to all the finishes out there. Happy birthday. Okay. Happy finishes, everyone. Do you ever take a massive shot of vodka and then just everything starts burning? And then your mouth starts to water? I hope I'm not about ready to vomit. I think I'm good. This is one of those times when I wish I was Deb or Kef, because then I would know I can't drink alcohol. Unfortunately, I'm not Debbie or Kef, and I'm always craving alcohol. I swear I'm not an alcoholic, says the person that says I'm already... Happy finishes, everyone. Okay. Next up, I would go into WIPs. However, we're going to go into haul real quick because not only do I not have a lot of haul, I also don't know how much of this I had shown in my last video or if people hadn't seen. And there's also a great chance that there's a huge amount of haul that I'm forgetting to show. Hold on, I'm going to burp. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. Praise Jesus. Okay. Better out than in, I always say. Alright. So I basically grabbed what I would consider my most memorable pieces of haul in the last 4 months, and it really has not been a whole lot. Let's start with this. Hold on. So I'm a terrible person. I'm not a terrible person, but I had gifted, in case y'all don't know, I had gifted Debbie Bernheisel, who I adore dearly, who I would consider to be my spirit animal. I gifted her Santa's Sleigh by Nora Corbett. And Debbie did not take the Santa's Sleigh design that I had literally in my hands at StitchCon. I'm like, Debbie, I know you want... She didn't even know I had this at the time. She's like, if there's any Nora Corbett I would stitch, it would be Santa's Sleigh. And I'm like, Debbie, you're not going to believe what I have with me. And it was Santa's Sleigh. And she's like, no, I can't take it. And you know what? One day I'm just like, I gotta do this. So I sent her Santa's Sleigh. I'm sure y'all know that. And she's like, we need to sow this. And I'm like, yes, Debbie, you let me know what fabric you're going to do it on, and I'll do it on the same fabric. And she's like, okay, let's do it on this fabric. Oh, you can't... This is what sucks about not being in a good spot to film anything. Because this fabric looks really gray on camera. However, it is a beautiful, like, greenish... You can't even see the spark. Oh, you can up close. See, it's opalescent. It's an under-the-sea fabric. I believe... Debbie, did you... I know you wanted to do 32 count, but then you switched to 28 count. But is the piece you sent me 28 count? Or don't look at my closet. I guess I've been meaning to ask if the piece you sent me was 28 or 32 count. But this is the fabric. Debbie, what is... Oh, God, trust me when I say the fabric looks better than what it shows up on camera right now. This is what you get, people. You're gonna have to work with me here. It's been a while, and we'll get through this together, I promise. Don't look at my closet. Luckily, this is the only piece of fabric I have to show you. So, God bless you, Debbie Bernheisel. And I do have... I have all the floss for it right here, Debbie. I wasn't lying when I said I kitted this thing up. I just haven't started it. And I know. So there's that. Okay, next piece of haul. Let's see here. Let's do this one. I was on eBay, and I don't even know how I stumbled upon it. Now, you want to talk cigarette smoke. Holy tits. This is cigarette smoke. Okay. This is they were selling this. Whoever was selling it, it was the fabric and the chart for Rosewood Manor and a Garden Grew. Isn't that fun? That's definitely something I would stitch. I'm thinking, however, of changing out the fabric. Excuse me. It came with the fabric. I believe it's a 32 count. It's a pinkish color, which you wouldn't be able to tell because of where I'm sitting right now. But trust me when I say that this is a pinkish fabric. I believe it to be a 32. It looks 32. And it smells heavily of cigarette smoke. I don't remember the listing saying it came from a smoker's home. It might have, but I also might have been incredibly intoxicated when I bought this. Did not get it it was actually very reasonable considering how big this piece of fabric is. And, I mean, holy crap. I mean, I think this is is this a full yard? Hold on. Half yard. I think this is a half yard. I honestly don't know. But the listing said this was cut to size, so whatever size is in here. When am I going to start this, you may ask? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I might have bought this just for the fabric. No shame, because honestly, I think what I bought it for was even under the price of this cut of fabric, what this would go for, so I am not complaining at all. I mean, will I stitch this? Maybe, but I don't know if I would use this fabric. We'll see. My nose is all drippy. Okay, so let's move on to some more stuff here. Let's do the smaller stuff. So I've got a couple of... Okay, so let's do some Mira's, aka Lavender and Lace, aka Told in the Garden stuff. So... my nose is all itchy. Okay. Bendy Stitchy D-Stash. I picked up Mirabilia number 118. This one is Golden Girl Apples. And what a lovely set of apples she has. Don't you agree? What's a little blurry? Hold on. I don't know if that fixed anything, but will I ever get around to stitching this? I don't know. I gotta build that collection, you know what I mean? But yes, what a beautiful just set of apples she has here. Very lovely, yes. And then, 2 Miras have gone out of print since last we spoke, I think. Maybe more, and I just don't remember. But the companion piece to Rose of Sharon, Rose Arbor, has gone out of print. And so I picked that up. I hope to one day stitch this. I want to stitch it on the same fabric as Rose of Sharon, which was a raw linen, but I don't want to use the same brand of fabric because that brand was MCG Textiles, and we all know how lovely that shit is. I swore. I'm sorry I didn't wear it. I didn't warn you, Brenda. I'm sorry. Don't hate me forever. And then the next one that went out of print, by far my second least favorite Mirabilia after Angel Proclamation, is Crystal Christmas. And why is this my second least favorite? Because this is exactly Angel Proclamation, except reversed, and there's a Christmas tree. So the Christmas tree helps it a little bit. So there's that. And then next, I think this is one of the more harder to find ones. This is Emma's Garden from Lavender and Lace, number 49. I saw this. I was at Fiberworks in Waverly, Iowa, a couple of months ago, and they actually had this with the fabric. But the cost with both that and the fabric was like, no. So, but I think it's cute. It's a very small design. It's something I could probably do myself. Just get the called for fabric is Amsterdam blue linen, which I don't even think they make anymore. But half of it is bleach dyed, and then it's cute. It's a cute design. It's dedicated to Marilyn Emblem's granddaughter. And then finally, this one I've been looking for a minute. This is Told in the Garden, and it is Nora Corbett's first ever published design, Renaissance. I've been looking for this, and then I finally saw one brand new on the eBay, and I'm like, yes, please. So I picked that up. Now, one thing to note, I'm going to read what it says on the back here. Let's see. Nora Adams, who became Nora Corbett, is a student at Rhode Island School of Design in Providence. She has received national recognition for her work in drawing, painting, and photography. She was awarded 4 full scholarships to the country's best art schools, including Pratt in New York City. Her goal is towards fine art, not commercial art, however. Wait, hold on, let me read that again. Her goal is towards fine art, not commercial art. However, that should be a semicolon. They should have had me edit this. However, she has agreed to do 2 designs for us. She is also the daughter of Marilyn Leavitt Iblum. Leavitt. Is that how it's pronounced? Leavitt? I don't know. The one thing that puzzles me is she has agreed to do 2 designs for us. Well, if this was number 1, what was the other one? I know that she helped design the dress of one of the Lavender and Laces, but this one makes it seem like she did 2 designs for the Told in a Garden run of designs. If anybody knows what that second design was, if it was even released, please let me know, because I would love to know what it is and to get it. Yeah, so there's that. Okay, let's move on. Okay, nope, we're not moving on. So as I had alluded to a little bit ago, I went to Fiberworks in Waverly, which is one of my 2 LNSs. I walked out with 2 things I did not expect to. Well, the one I did. So let me start with that one. This one is A Child's Commandments by Hillside Samplings. I think it's so precious. Just look at it. Would you look at that? Oh. And why did I pick this up? Well, as usual, McKenna, you know her, you love her. If you don't know her, don't love her, get to know her, get to love her, because she's not going anywhere, and nobody's asking her to. And thank God for that. McKenna of 1884 Stitchery, please go support her shop. We must support our friends. Which is funny because I did not buy this from her. But she was doing a live stream from the attic, and she showed this design. And it's always been in the back of my mind, but at the time I didn't want to get it. And then I went to Fiberworks and I saw it, and I'm like, I gotta get it. Got to get it. So I got it. When will I start it? I don't know. Now this one, I want to start so bad, but I have none of the supplies. So if anybody wants to kit this up for me, let me know, and then I'll like show you a nipple or something. Never have heard of this company before. And when I saw this, I even sent this to probably, I think, 10 people, and I'm like, have you ever seen this before? And most of them were like, not only have I never seen that design before, I've never even heard of that company. So the company is A Stitcher's Hands, and the design, I mean, when I saw this, I about crap my pants. The design is peace. Look at that. And this is stitched 1/2. No. 1/1 on 28 count. This is a massive design. It's 578 stitches wide by 941 stitches tall. This is a beast, and I want to stitch it so bad. But my broke ass can't afford to kit this thing up. I would love to do it in the silks, but I think there are like 50 skeins that I need, and of one color I need 14 skeins. Let me see if I can see it. 14 skeins of 3846 from Swad LJ, which corresponds to DMC 3031. Is that even a color anymore? But if anybody wants me to take my shirt off for them in exchange for this being kitted up, let me know and we'll talk. This is a goal of mine to kit up and start by the end of the year. It's a goal. It has to happen. Because it's... I mean, just the picture. Can you imagine? I need it. I need it in my life. Okay, last 2 pieces of haul. We'll start with this one. These are kits. I posted on Stitch Mania a couple of weeks ago. I'm like, hey, now let me be real. There are only 2 people in my family. Okay, this is going to sound bad. There are only 2 people in my family that I really want to stitch things for. One is my mother, and the other is my cousin on my dad's side. My cousin loves horses. And I, like, posted on Stitch Mania, hey, what are some of your favorite horse designs? Which, of course, not a lot of people gave me specific designs, which I kind of asked for. People were like, oh, these people got them, which didn't help me any. But, so finally I gathered a bunch of pictures, and I sent them to my cousin. I'm like, which one do you want me to do for you? And I told her to give me, like, her top 3, because a lot of them were out of print, and I'm just like, you know, a lot of these are out of print, so I can't guarantee that I will, be able to get any of them. And she chose this one as her top one, and I was able to find it at a decent price, actually. And this is Dimensions Gold Collection, Equine Trio, pardon the glare. But, pardon the glare. Ooh, I can see you! Okay, there we go, maybe that. I've been eyeing this one for a while. The reason I'm okay, like, she also wanted Mare and Fowl from the Gold Collection, which that's one of the only horse designs that I would actually want to keep for myself, so I'm glad she said that this one was her top one. Will I start this anytime soon? I don't know. I haven't told her, hey, don't be surprised if it's like 4 years before I get around to it. And she's like, no, that's okay. One last kit, and this one, oh boy, I have been wanting to find for a hot minute. I'm okay that I found this where the thread was already sorted. I got it at a steal, let's be real. I mean, and it is in immaculate condition. I will probably end up going through the floss just to make sure it's all been sorted correctly, because some of the colors look a little off on how it was sorted, but all the floss was sorted for me when I bought it, which is awesome, because sorting heirloom collection kits sucks. I do not recommend it. But I've been eyeing this one for a while. It's one I've been eyeing the most since the Scarlet Wizard from the Gold Collection, Dimensions Gold Collection. And wouldn't you know it, it's by the same designer of the Scarlet Wizard, Miles Pinkney. And I've been eyeing this for over a year, and finally I found it, and this is Planetarius from the Busilla Heirloom Collection. I'm going to try to... I can't really help the glare, but there we go. I want to start this so bad, but I stopped myself. I'm like, no, you got too much going on. I would love to finish this and the Scarlet Wizard. Maybe in like 2 or 4 or 10 years, I'll take an entire year to dedicate just to this one and the Scarlet Wizard, get them both finished and framed and hanging up on my wall next to each other. Very excited about that one. Are there any kits I'm looking for now? Evening Shadows by the Gold Collection. If anybody knows where I can find that, that would be great. I can find almost anything. Almost. Alright, my last piece of haul. This was actually a gift. I was having a really rough couple of days. And I was talking to my dear friend, Lisa Smith, Kindred Stitcher. And she's like, I'm going to send you something. And I'm like, what? No, please don't. Why? I mean, I'm not going to be upset if you do or anything, but please, no, don't. You don't have to. She's like, yes, I am. And her and I have talked about writing a lot. And to be honest, I thought she was sending me a cross-stitch chart. And then I get the mail one day and I see it's a package from her. And I'm like, ooh, what'd she send me? And it is just this beautiful, beautiful journal. Beautiful writing journal. Very thick quality paper, lovely paper, leather bound, a nice wrap. I had an audible gasp when I opened it. Hey, it's me again. Part of me knew that was going to happen. To be in the middle of a lovely talk regarding a gift that a dear friend of mine gave me, only for my phone to run out of memory. Haven't had that happen in a while. But anyway, back to what we were talking about. Journal, gifted by the lovely Lisa Smith Kindred Stitcher. Hold on, I'm gonna burp again. Sorry, Lisa. Ruining the moment again. The front of the journal, lovely leather-bound journal, thick paper, quality paper. If a story is in you, it has to come out. William Faulkner. Like I said before my phone cut out, there was an audible gasp when I opened this gift because I was not expecting it, and it is. This is one of the gifts that really hit me, when I got it, and at least I hope you know that I appreciate it, and I have been writing in it every day since I received it. And so thank you, my dear friend. Okay, now let's move on to WIPs, which I only have 4 that I'm going to show you because tacked onto this video, which I'm glad is now becoming a very long video, I want to do a WIP parade to give you guys a little extra something something since I've been gone for so long. So I will show you in order the 4 projects I've worked on. 2 are new starts. I'll go from the one I worked on the latest to the most recent. So WIP number 1, I just dropped a whole bunch of crap, is the Midwest Cross Stitchers Retreat, Fall Retreat exclusive, Little Red House sampler from With Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais. So that's the whole design, which is kept in this Love You More Studio Co. project bag, as gifted by my lovely roommate at the Midwest Cross Stitchers Retreat, Michelle Bendy Stitchy. And I love it. I use it all the time when I'm working on this design. And let me show you where I am. It is loaded onto my scroll rods, my Omnic quantum frame. That's where I am. I got the whole center done. Now I just got to deal with that huge ass border. It's hard for me to... Okay. Even with the crappy lighting, this is actually pretty close to what the fabric should look like. So that's where I am. That's the entire center, the focal point, I would say, of this design. This is stitched with all the called for specialty threads, or fancy floss, if you will. There's Gentle Arts threads, right? Is there Gentle Arts? I don't even remember anymore. There's definitely Weeks Dye Works, Classic Colors, maybe Gentle Arts. Uno momento. I can just look at the floss itself. Weeks Dye Works. Oh, maybe I can't. That's all hidden. Classic Color Works. And then, okay, then yeah, Gentle Art Sampler Threads. Okay. So yeah, that's where I am. I want to get this finished by StitchCon. Will it happen? I don't know. Probably not. But even that would be a nice little display. But then there's a huge ass border, and then more of this satin stitch crap. I did not like doing that. As simple as the satin stitch was, that can go eat a bag of dicks. Did not like it. 10 out of 10 would not recommend. Okay. There's that. There's WIP number 1. WIP number 2. Oh my god. I had to start this one. Had to. Busilla Heirloom Collection, Mother and Child. Isn't that beautiful? It took me 4 hours to sort the threads. Don't want to do that again. Let me show you where it is. This came with 28 count mushroom even weave. So let me show you where I am on it. This is how far I got. I don't know how many days I worked on it, but this is how far I got. I need to take out those French knots in the eyeballs because I made them too big. They were also my first ever French knots. But look at how cute. I don't know if that's supposed to be baby Jesus, but I'm going to say it's baby Jesus because that makes me happy. I love the baby Jesus stuff. I don't know when I'll get back to this, but I did enjoy working on it. Busilla Heirloom, there's a lot going on in those designs. Holy cow, a lot going on. I don't know how hard to find this chart is. I actually got it on Stash Unload for I think only $15, which I thought was a steal. So I swiped that up. Swiper, no swiping. That was New Start number 1. New Start number 2. But New Start number 2. This one has been over a year in the making, I would say, or roundabouts a year. But I've been wanting to start a Chorizo Wensler for the hottest of minutes, and it was just a matter of which one do I start. Up for the running was the Triptych, I think is how that's pronounced. And for a minute there, I was certain that was going to be my first Chorizo Wensler. However, I came across this design called the Fortunate Traveler. The moment I saw this, I knew this was going to be my first. It was going to be my first. This was going to pop my Chorizo Wensler cherry. I had to start it. I didn't have to start. I didn't start it right then, but I knew that was going to be my first Chorizo Wensler. And finally, I actually got the Quijones to actually kit it up. I actually got the fabric for it in November when we all went to the Stitchery Nook in Osage. I got the fabric. It was a 28 count antique white linen to give it that, because it looks like it's a page out of a book. So it had this subtle off-whiteness of a piece of paper. So I'm like, yes, that's the perfect fabric. It's a little stiff. This fabric, this linen almost feels synthetic. I don't know why that is, but it's very stiff, synthetic-like. But anyway, I worked on this for about 5 days, and this is where I got to. This is 5 days of work, people. I could not stop stitching on this. I had so much fun, and honestly, I think what actually helped move this along, I know that she's got a crap ton. Let me show you. I know Bob, my lovely Bob Floss showed a Chorizo Wensler. She was doing a giveaway for a Chorizo Wensler a couple of weeks ago, and she showed the floss chart, but like this one just trumps that one a little bit. Lots of blended threads, and I'm gonna be straight up. Now tell me, do you really want to love me forever? I'm just gonna be straight up with you. I love all of the blended threads. It actually helped me stitch more, which is, it seems like an oxymoron, but I couldn't stop stitching on it. And you can see where the dragon claws will be going once I start that, but I definitely wanted to do all of this road and then get the Fortunate I believe this to be the Fortunate Traveler. Or maybe the dragon is the Fortunate Traveler. I don't really know. But I knew once I got him completed, I would take a break. I don't know when I'll get back to this, but I love the progress I have made on it. Gosh, now I kind of want to... Maybe I want to stitch this tonight. I don't know. So I love that. Like I said, don't know when I'll get back to it, but I love it. And now for the one I've been working on last couple of weeks. I'm going to get the actual chart up for you. Unless I don't want to dig this out. Maybe I don't want to dig out the chart. Yeah. Okay, never mind. I don't want to dig out the chart, so if anybody wants to... Hi, Maya. The new cat came in. I don't know if you saw the door slightly open. Let me get the cat. Here's our new cat that nobody has seen yet. This is Maya. She's like 4 months old. I hate cats so much. Okay. She'll probably hang out in here for a little bit. Anyway. What I've been working on the last couple of weeks, and by the last couple of weeks, it was just 2 weeks. Angel the New Dawn by Mirabilia. This is out of print. And that's where I am. It actually looks better on the camera than it does in person. That's awesome. Sorry you can't really see the fabric that well, but the fabric is the called for fabric. It is ice blue linen from Zweigart, 32 count. The foot, done 1/1. I hate feet. That was not fun to stitch, but I love it. I'm hoping to at least get all of the angel done by StitchCon. I don't think the entire design will be finished. If the entire design does get finished, I'm going to be very impressed with myself. What are you doing back there? Okay. But, so yes, this is what I've been working on. I'm probably going to work on this probably for another couple of weeks. I really do want to get all of the angel done, so I'll probably just stick onto this until it's all done, unless I feel the need to start Planetarius or something. Okay, what else is on the... Y'all, that was it. So for as little as I feel like I've actually showed you and talked about in this video, this is an hour-long video, except it's not an hour long. It's going to be a little bit longer than that. I'm going to pause, and I'm going to gather up all my WIPs, because we're going to do a WIP parade, because I feel like that's what I owe you people. I've been gone for about 4 months, so why not give you a 2-hour video? I don't know how I'm going to organize my WIPs, but we'll do that. I'll probably just show you, I'll show you the WIPs that I did just show you, just so it's a true WIP parade. Hopefully I'm not forgetting any WIPs, but before I do that, because I kind of just want my, after I do the WIP parade, just to kind of be done with it, the stitching community lost someone Um, very, very near and dear. And of course, I'm looking at my computer and I'm seeing StitchCon recap, and the photo is of me with Barb and Leanne from Lost in the Floss, and we lost Leanne a couple of weeks ago. I really don't know what to say. Um, I Leanne, I Barb and Leanne were some of my favorite people to have met at StitchCon. Um, they were some of the first people I met at StitchCon. Um, I don't think they knew who I. They might have known who I was, but I don't think they ever watched any of my videos. And I knew who they were, but at the time, I didn't really watch any of their videos. And I introduced myself, said I'm also a Flosstuber, and we did this sort of like interview type thing, which they have a video of that whole situation of them asking, was it just Flosstubers? They might have been just Flosstubers asking them questions. And of course, the one word that everybody remembers Leanne for is penultimate, which I will always remember her for, because as far as I know, I don't know, but as far as I know, I was the only one who knew what that word actually meant at the time. And she was very impressed with that. I know it because I'm an English major. And then one of my other favorite memories was of both her and Barb. Hi, Barb. Them giving me some crap because I kept saying y'all, ironically, because I'm not from the South, but I do like saying y'all. I think it's funny. And Leanne made me a microwave s'more in the lobby of the Hyatt. And it was kind of cool to be able to be there when Barb and Leanne put their first. It's so weird. You think with them being friends for so long they would have stitched together, but actually at StitchCon was the first time they had actually stitched together, which is really interesting. So it was really cool to be there for that. Um, I, I love Leanne. Um, it really really hit me. Um, because a few days I wasn't keeping up on their videos. I mean, as I had just said, I haven't really been keeping up on many people's videos, but a few days prior to her passing, I really thought about reaching out to both her and Barb, and I wish I would have. But I pulled out my autograph book and I looked at what she had written for me. It's it, it's very it's very sad. Um, I will miss Leanne incredibly. Um, it'll be very weird. It'll be a very weird feeling not seeing her at StitchCon this year, which I still plan on going to StitchCon. But Julie Gulf Coast Stitches and Jen from Quirks and Stitches are doing something great with Baby It's Cold Outside. Go watch their videos. They can explain it way better than I ever could. And I think it's appropriate that I'm stitching an angel because, I started stitching the angel in honor of my grandmother who passed, and now I feel like I'm also stitching it in honor of Leanne. So Any whoosies. I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to clean up a little bit. I did just want to mention, I wanted to say that about Leanne before I moved into my WIP parade. Love you, Leanne. Hope to see you on the other side. The rest of you hang tight. I'm going to pull off some of my drawers. Probably not the best wording there, but you know what I meant. Because all my WIPs are in drawers, so I'm gonna pull out my drawers, and we'll do a WIP parade. Hopefully, I can get through it before people come home. Unless I'm home alone the rest of the night, then who knows how many videos I might get done tonight. I don't know. All right, I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay. I think we're good. It's time for a WIP parade. I haven't done a WIP parade since my second video. And that's been almost 2 years ago now. Let's just say I definitely have more WIPs now. I don't think this portion of the video is going to be nearly as long as I thought it was going to be, because it turns out I don't have... Okay, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say it turns out I don't have near as many WIPs as I thought I did, but I have a feeling that's going to change. So I've got 3 drawers that I pulled out, featuring all of my WIPs. There's a chance... Hold on. Okay, never mind. Thought there was a chance I was missing. I'm sure I'm missing at least one WIP somewhere. Although where that would be, I'm not entirely sure. So I am going to try to do this from my, not my most recent, but my recent WIPs to my oldest WIPs, which I know which ones are my oldest WIPs. Sorry, I'm just fixing something in this folder. Oh, that still hurts. Okay. That comment will make more sense here in a little bit. I didn't really put these in the best order, so let me just... Okay. What sucks is I've got like a whole bunch of floss sorters. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to basically snatch and run, or snatch and grab, rather. I really feel like I'm missing a WIP somewhere. Just like hindsight, or like foresight, I just feel like I'm missing a WIP. Okay, so I'm just going to grab WIP number 1 in a project bag made by Ziploc. We have probably one of my top 5 favorite WIPs at the moment. This is Serenity's Garden by the Dimension Gold Collection. And I can't guarantee that I'm going to have like all of the actual like finished designs that I can show you. And here's how far I am. Do I have a needle? Oh, I sure do. Like, why is that not undoing itself? And here's how far I am on that. Isn't she pretty? I love working on her mainly because she is mostly half stitches. So things go by really, really fast. I'll work on her again eventually, I'm sure. Because like I said, I'm a massive slut for angels. Particularly Barbara Batt's angels, which I am a massive slut for Barbara Bats. But I'll get back to this one eventually. I like this one a lot, not just because it's half stitches for the most part, but also because I just really like the design. Let's see, who's the designer of this? The design was by Edward Taddiello. Tutti Frutti. I don't know. Something like that. Okay, so there's that one. I'm not counting these. I was just about to say that was WIP number 1, but I can't count. Well, I don't want to count. Okay, this one. Now I actually should show you. Oh god. Okay, that could have been bad. We good. I put that on the floor and I almost ran over it with my. Okay, so this WIP is Violet from Nora Corbett. Out of print. You're welcome. This is done on what I thought was a 32 count, but now that I'm looking at it, I feel like this is more of a 36 count. But, again, this is a nice supple fabric. And I started this the day that I finished Silver Dragonfly. Here is my progress on it. I got bored within 5 minutes of starting it, so I actually want to pull this back out because I want to try stitching in hand, and this would be, I think, a simple enough design to do that. I'm actually going to throw the pattern in here. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm not going to throw the pattern in here. Not today, anyway. I need to organize that. This is in a project bag. One of those project bags you can get from, like, Amazon for a couple of dollars. This project bag was gifted to me by Robbie. Robbie gave me... Y'all know Robbie. You've heard of Robbie. You've never seen her before, but you know her from watching Julie Gulf Coast Stitches. Robbie gave me like a handful of these project bags at the Midwest Cross Stitchers Retreat. Robbie, I love you dearly. Can't wait to see you soon. Okay, next WIP. Another WIP that I need to get back to at some point, which I should have done this one in the leap year, what was it? Leap Day Sal Long Dog Samplers Game of Swans. I'm not going to say this is my favorite Long Dog sampler, but it's definitely one of the few projects where I was okay starting it while everybody else was also starting it, because it's just that good of a design. I'm doing this in a combination of both the Gentle Art sampler threads and the DMC. I just basically picked and choose which ones I wanted to do. This is on... Am I doing this on 32 count or 28 count? I think I'm doing this on... This looks like a 32 count. I think I'm doing this on 32 count. 32 count... something. I don't know. But that's how far I am. Just the center motif. I wish I was further, because I truly, really do like this project, but what can you do? I'll get back to this one eventually. Even though it honestly seems like it's one of these smaller Long Dog sampler designs compared to ones like Hoity Toity and Death by Cross Stitch and them other ones. But I also feel like I would finish a design like Death by Cross Stitch a lot sooner than I would finish this one, even though I started this one first. That's my rant about nothing. Okay, there's that. Next one. This is one of my favorites. Evra, and I actually thought about getting back into this one a couple of days ago. This is my favorite Hands Across the Sea sampler. This is Harriet Hartland, 1782. I'm doing this in the DMC. This is on 32 count mocha linen. I don't think this is light mocha. I just think this is standard mocha. This is how far I am. I have 2 pages of it done. This fabric smells really good for whatever reason. So that's where I is. The lettering is 1/1. I was hoping this was going to be done by StitchCon this year. Unfortunately, I've got quite a way to go. The fabric I actually got from Cecilia Sampler. I love Cecilia Sampler. I know a couple of people don't like them. But you know, I like them. They have always given me great customer service. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, I started that, I haven't been telling you when I've been starting this stuff, mainly because I don't remember. When the hell did I start this one? I started this one shortly after I finished Hannah, which would have been, I think I started this shortly. No, I started this one after it came out, and then I just didn't really stitch on it for a while. Right? Yeah, I don't know. It's something I should probably keep track of, but I don't. Because, you know, I don't care. Alright. My lovely Christine, Stitch All the Things. Christine. Hi, Christine! I adore you. Let's just talk about this Christine bag real quick. It's zombies, but like if it was in the 50s. She had one time she had one bag made of this fabric, and I missed it by like an armpit hair of a second. I was that close to getting this, but somebody snatched it before me, and I'm like, damn it. And I'm like, Christine, if you ever find any more fabric of that caliber, please, I will pay you all of the chest hair to make me a project bag with that fabric. And one day I come home, and fast forward a good year, over a year, I would say. Fast forward, I come home and I have a package from lovely Christine Stitch All the Things. And I'm like, what on earth is she sending me? And I open it up, and it's one of her prime project bags. And that just gets me all verklempt and stuff. So what is hiding in this bag? Well, what's hiding in here is all 63 called for skeins of Gentle Art sampler threads for this design. And what design could I possibly be talking about? Well, this design I am stitching on 35 count lamb's wool linen, 1/2 with the called for Gentle Art sampler threads. Highly sought after. I got me a cut of 55 by 18 linen. I am, of course, talking about And They Sinned. Oh, how I wish I was stitching this. Oh, how I wish. That's how far I am, people, and this is how far I've got to go. I'm excited. Have not stitched this in a hot minute. Mainly because this damn cloud is ruining all my fun. But once I get that cloud done, I mean, it's all just scatterings of motifs until you get down to the bottom third of it, and then it's just solid green the rest of the way. But once I can push through this damn cloud, you watch out, because I'm going to finish And They Sin quicker than you can say, hey. So, yeah. When will I get to this? I don't know. Someday. And I love how, like, sought after this design is when it was actually one of the easier ones I found. I found this on an eBay listing, and the seller was raising money for a no-kill animal shelter for cats. Yes, even though I hate cats, I don't want to see them just killed for no reason by shelters. So yes. There's that. Next, WIP. Let's do this one. I'm not going to pull out the pattern because I don't know how deep in my stack it is. This is Castor Bean by Nora Corbett. What I have also dubbed Uma Thurman, because this design looks like Uma Thurman when she played Poison Ivy in the movie Batman and Robin. This is how far I am. If you want to know what it looks like in full, please Google it, because, like I said, this was all unplanned, so I didn't get things gathered. But someday I'll finish it. I took this one to the Midwest Cross Stitchers Retreat to work on, and I think I worked on it for maybe 5 minutes, and then I put it away. This is done. Now, see, I wish I would have saved this piece of fabric for Rose Arbor, because for some reason I decided to buy another piece of 32 count raw linen, or not raw linen, natural linen. Sorry, I know I've been saying raw linen. Natural linen from MCG Textiles. So I wish I would have saved this for Rose Arbor, so that both that one and Rose of Sharon would look like they were on the same fabric, but I didn't do that, so it's whatever. So there's that. I don't even know what WIP number I'm on. This is why I don't keep track, because I can't. You want to see an abandoned WIP? This is how much of Sleeping Beauty I had before I realized I didn't have enough room. Oh, okay. Putting that one away, because I can't look at it anymore. That one's just too heartbreaking. Okay. But on to another Mira. This is Athena. Mirabilia design number 97. I was thinking about pulling this out the other day. However, when I pulled this... Okay, let me just show you what it looks like, where I am. That's where I am. Look how fun. I have so much of it done, but I still have so much more to go. This is 32 count Dusk by Picture This Plus. I'll tell you what I'm not going to ever do again is probably buy another Picture This Plus fabric, because, you know, I didn't think of it much at the time when I first started stitching this design. But after I put it away for a while and took it back out and started stitching on it again, holy tits, does it suck to stitch on this fabric. I believe it is a Lugana, but the holes are so tight, that's what she said. It's just like, I don't even know if I'm because like I'm looking and like some of my stitches are just like terrible. They're just not up to snuff compared to my other stuff. And I'm not gonna abandon this because like from far away you can't really tell, but it's a kind of a pain in the ass to stitch on. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the holes are microscopic. I don't even know how I got as far as I did, but not gonna abandon. But I think I'll be okay getting a picture of this plus linen, because that's what my little red house sampler is on, is a picture of this plus linen. But this is an even weave, and it's just no, I can't. So probably won't ever get another picture of this plus even weave. Okay, up next, this is one I haven't worked on since the first day I started it. This is, do I even have, yes I do, I got it here. This is Terra Australis from Dinky Dyes Designs. Excuse me. And I worked on this for one day a year and a half ago. That's how far I got. This one would be a good one to practice stitching in hand with, actually. Another nice supple. I think this is actually 28 count. I can't tell. What did I? This might be 32 count. Hold on. What am I stitching with? I think I'm stitching this on 28 count. I think. I think it's 28 count. This would be another good practice one for stitching in hand, I think. But this was the first time I've ever dealt with an extremely variegated floss. Let me pull this out here. This is Ferreira. I don't know if you can tell how many. There's like 18 different colors in this skein of floss. So this was my experimenting on how to sort of play with the variegation, to play, just to play with it, So I would love to get back to this one at some point. I don't know when that's ever going to be, but someday. Maybe I'll pull this out one day. Maybe I'll pull out one day when I just don't want to stitch on anything else. I just don't want to think about what I'm stitching on and then just stitch on that. Who knows? And then my last WIP in this, this is one where I want to switch projects. This is always one of the first ones I think of to switch to. This is highly sought after. Mother Earth from Dimensions Gold Collection. I'm ashamed of how little I have done on this, considering how long I had been looking for it at the time, but that's where I am. This is, I think, 18 count Dove Gray Linen. What is it? 16 count Dove Gray Linen. Or Ada. The most important thing I took away from this is at least I got her boobs done. So I made good progress, I think. When will I get this back out? I don't know. Okay. That is all the WIPs for box or drawer number 1. Those are all my most recent WIPs, anyway. Now it's time to venture deeper into my WIP past. Just put all this crap back in here. Okay. That one's done. Okay. Oh, God. My back. Okay. What's this? What's all... Oh, that's just random floss. Okay. That's not a whip. That's just like... Okay. Okay. So, round 2. I love this one. I saw this one. Hold on, let me get some water. I saw this one very shortly after 1884 Stitchery first was put up. You know 1884 Stitchery. You know McKenna. You know her, you love her. You don't know her, you don't love her. Get to know her, get to love her, because she's not going anywhere. Nobody's asking her to. Thank God for that. I saw this and I'm like, I want this. But I can't afford it right now. And I'm like, okay, I get paid tomorrow. I'll get it. Yeah, 30 seconds after saying that, it was taken off because somebody bought it. I'm like, damn it! McKenna, keep your eye out. And she's like, okay. And then I posted on the In Search of cross-stitching group on Facebook, hey, I'm looking for this. And somebody's like, hey, I've got this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, can I have it? She's like, yeah, you can have it. I'm like, oh my God, thank you. And I got it. And I am talking about Windswept Traveler from the Gold Collection. There is a companion to this called Windswept Santa. However, I like this one more because of the blue coat. I don't have really any interest in stitching Windswept Santa. However, there is one project called Roadster Santa that I really want, so if anybody sees that, let me know. And I got it for a steal. Thank the person dearly. And I unintentionally started this around Christmas time. I didn't start this one because it was Christmas time. I started it because I wanted to start it. It just so happened to be around Christmas time. So this is how far I got. And it's very, very, very solid stitching so far. I think it's actually supposed to go this way. Not a whole lot of progress, as you can tell, but it's something. Let's see. It's stitched on 18 count Aida, white Aida. That's where I am. Someday, I'll get back to it. When is that gonna be? I don't know. I'll tell you what though. Gold Collection kits, the old ones, they're very therapeutic in sorting the floss. Very therapeutic, because unlike Busilla heirloom collections where all of the floss is all in one jumble and you gotta figure out the difference between light gray and lightest gray just by looking at it. Gold Collections, the older ones anyway, have them separated into 4 hanks, Kath. They're separated into hanks by a color, and then you look at the color of yarn that it's got, and it's just, I love it. Okay. Roadster Santa. No, Windswept Traveler. I'm looking for a Roadster Santa. Alright. Next one. This is one I took this to StitchCon last year, intending on stitching on it. It didn't happen. This was my first Joan Elliott. This is Madonna and Child, because of course I love Baby Jesus and Madonna and Child, and I love Madonna. You know, Papa don't preach, am I right? I stitched on this for 1 day. I mean, I started this when I was at the old house, so this is how far I got. You know, for as many WIPs as I think I have, I mean, most of them I don't have a lot of progress on. So there's that. I absolutely love this design. And like I said, I intended on stitching on it at StitchCon, but I stitched on Angel of the New Dawn a bit more. Actually, that was the only thing I stitched on, but, you know, I'll get back to this eventually, and, you know, when's that gonna be? Anyway. I don't know, my friends. Okay, what's next? Okay. I forgot about that one. This next WIP, I have been thinking about a lot lately. Unfortunately, I don't want to take this out of the Q snap, so, if you want to see this, like, in full, maybe go to my Instagram, because I don't want to take it out of the Q snap, even though I probably should. Actually, no, I'm not going to do it. This is Dragon Pieta from Heaven and Earth Designs. If I remember, I'll actually post, and you know I'm bad at remembering, I'll post full progress at the end of the video. But here's where I'm at in this one. Top 2 pages are done, and like I said, like the top half is kind of cut off, and then starting this page here, my parked threads, one of my second favorite needle minder ever, Thumper. This is stitched on 22 count hard hanger. It's still even though this is the only project I have that it uses 22 count hard hanger. Hard hanger is my favorite fabric to stitch on. I've been thinking about this one a lot lately. One day, I mean, I hope I will stitch on this at least one day by the end of the year. We'll see, but I love this one. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Sorry I don't have, like, progress or, like, photos to show you. One day. Alright, this one. This was my first ever gold collection. I got this for Christmas a hot minute ago. This is Magnificent Lizard. And the fact that I don't have this one finished kind of bothers me. That's what it looks like. And take the needle out. And here's where I am. And dude, you can totally tell this was one of my first projects. Or not one of my first, but one of my earlier ones, because you want to see the back? Look at all those carried threads. What the hell was I doing? That is despicable. I bet I don't even have enough of that, of some of these colors, because I was carrying them so much. Holy cow. But yeah, that's where I am. One day, I'll get back to it. Yeah, I miss working on this one, actually, now that I'm looking at it. One day. I'll get back to it one day. I like it because it's fantasy. I love fantasy designs. I feel like there's not enough fantasy, which is why I'm so drawn to the Scarlet Wizard and Planetarius that I showed earlier in the video. Let's see. This one, yes. I don't remember where the hell I got that needle minder, but this one I got at Hobby Lobby when they were doing their clearance sale. This is Eeyore and Rabbit. And let me show you how far I am on this one. This is my smallest Q. I kind of forget that I even have this Q snap sometimes because it's so damn tiny. Because where I am, I got Eeyore finished. I honestly don't think I touched this since the last time I showed it, which was video number 2, which would have been, I think, June of 2017, 2018. That's where I am. I got Eeyore finished at least. Minus the back stitching, but I have no idea where I got that needle minder. I think I got that with my Q-snap, actually. Or, not my Q-snap, my grime guard that was on my Heaven and Earth design. I think I got that along with that. I'm not sure. I really don't have any urge to get back to this one anytime soon, but who knows? Okay. And then last one in this drawer, and then I think I only have, I for sure have only 2 more to show, but there might be a third one, I'm not entirely sure. This one I got at Hobby Lobby. Jesus with Animals. Literally the title of it. Jesus with Animals. I don't even remember how far I got on this one. Okay, I didn't get very far. Okay. I forgot to put a needle in one of my projects. Don't remember which one, but that's how far I got. My whips are sad. I mean, if I don't have incredible progress on them, I don't have any progress at all. But that's where I am on that one. I got Jesus's robe going on. Another, you know, like the last one, I don't, as much as I love Jesus and liquor, I don't think I'll be getting back to this one anytime soon, which is fine with me. No greater invention than the giant gallon Ziploc bags. Oops, I forgot to put that one in. Okay. That was that drawer. Time to put all this back. And now I have one tiny drawer left to show. And I know for sure I have 2 more whips to show. But I think there might be a third one in there, I'm not entirely sure. This is all giveaway stuff. Alright. Here's one that I absolutely loved stitching on until I realized that the chart was wrong. And I stitched a whole bunch of crap in the wrong color, which immediately killed any desire to keep stitching on it. It's not in the UFO pile just yet, but I truly don't feel like working on this again anytime soon. This is this says Kneeling Santa, but I call it the greatest gift. It's Santa and baby Jesus. How could you not love it? Look at how cute this is. So, let me show you how far I got before I stopped. I got a lot of it done. I have a lot of this MFer done. Until I realized the chart was wrong with the skin. And you can't really tell, but you see how there are like patches of really, really dark peach? Yeah, that's not what it's supposed to look like. I contacted Janlin. This is a Janlin kit. I contacted them and like, hey, here's what's up. And they sent me a new floss, so I really could easily pick out all the skin stitches and get back to it, but yeah, I don't know. And you can tell, like, you can't tell just by looking at it like this, but you can, if you look up really close, you can tell this is also another one of my earlier ones, because a lot of the stitches are just A, terrible, and 2, a lot of the stitches are not going the same direction. So that's another way you can tell. This is one of my earlier ones. That Magnificent Wizard one has a lot of stitches going in the wrong direction as well. But yeah, I want to get back to that one. I truly love that Sleeping Beauty floss, extra floss. I need to... I should probably keep that in this... No, not that one. In this one. I want to get back to it someday. It's just a matter of when. Okay, I think this is my last WIP. This is not a UFO, but it's certainly not in my top priority to stitch anytime soon, which is sad because this one's a beaut. This one is a Disney Dreams collection, Thomas Kincaid. The full 9 yards, whatever. Lion King. This was my second kit ever. I have my first ever finish was right on top of it. Here's my first finish I ever did. This is my first cross-stitching project. I didn't wait to get to the big stuff. I dove right into the big projects. And let me show you where I ended up. Have not touched this in a while. I think I was still unemployed. No, I was not unemployed when I was working on this. I did just get my job at the restaurant. And I think, yeah, there are stitches going in the opposite direction on this one, but you can't tell. It's on 18 count, something or another. But yeah, that's where I'm on that one. I'm not yet calling that a UFO. But I don't have a desire to stitch on that one anytime soon. Out of all the projects that I have, that is the one that I think I get asked about the most. And I don't know why, but I mean, not from the stitching community, but like people around here asking about it. All right, fam. I'm looking at this. This segment is going on about 45 minutes. That has been my WIP parade. I showed you my 4 other WIPs in the last segment. I have a feeling my phone is going to run out of memory here soon, so I'm sorry it's been a while. I will just say it's probably going to be another long while before I have another video. Please don't hound me if I'm gone for a while, because it will actually make me not want to make a video any sooner. So I've missed all of you. I don't know when I'll be back, but I love you all dearly. And as always, keep being amazing. Let those fucks fly. And coming from your wife of the week, please say no to acid. That's all I'm asking. All right. I love you all soon. I love you all soon. I love you all always. It's not even 10 o'clock yet. Anybody in the mood for a stash parade? I'll see y'all soon.